Good morning, students. Welcome to the biology class. We are continuing our chapter, our environment. Today we are going to start with our new topic, what happens when we add our waste to the environment. Waste are being added to our environment and they cause the pollution. There are two types of the waste. Number one is biodegradable and number two is non-biodegradable. Yesterday we discussed the problem of the environment, that is the depletion of ozone layer, and today we are going to discuss that what will happen if the waste are being added into our environment. And for that we are having two types of the waste. Number one is biodegradable and number two is non-biodegradable waste. So we are going to start first with our biodegradable waste. Those waste material which can be broken down to simple harmless substances in nature by the action of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Biodegradable waste are those waste which can be broken down to simple harmless substances in nature by the action of microorganisms. They get recycled, therefore do not require dumping site because they can be degraded, they can be changes into the simple small substances, mixes with the soil, so they don't require any dumping site. मतलब dump होने के लिए जगह नहीं चाहिए. They do not cause any pollution to the soil. Examples: paper, wood, animal excreta, compost, animal bone, leather, plant waste, wool, which can be degraded into simple harmless substances by the action of microorganisms into simple harmless substances, and they are causing no pollution, no harm to the environment. Next is non-biodegradable waste. Those waste material which cannot be broken down to simple and harmless substances in the nature. That's why they remain inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time because they cannot be broken down to simple harmless substances. So they will be remain in our environment for the longer time. They may lead to the soil pollution and harm the various members of the ecosystem in the form of a food chain in which the chemical substances they goes on increasing from one level to next level. So what are non-biodegradable waste? Those waste material which cannot be broken down into simple harmless substances. They may be inert or simply persist in the environment and they may cause the soil pollution and harm to the various members of the ecosystem. Example: DDT, that is your one of the insecticides, plastics, polythene bags, glass objects, synthetic fibers, aluminium cans, other metal foils, radioactive elements and their waste. They all are being known as non-biodegradable waste which cannot be broken down into simple harmless substances in nature. The next is how we can manage the garbage we produce. It is very simple. Nowadays, it is a very simply saying say no to the plastic. So by changing our lifestyle and change in the attitude will reduce the disposable waste. We should not use the plastic as our disposable items. We should use a paper for the disposable items. Number two is your reducing packaging. We should not take that particular food material which come under the packets. Recycling of the waste. So whatever the waste which cannot be degraded, it should be recycled, it should be used again and again. Preparing the compost for the biodegradable waste so the action of the microorganisms can take place and they can be reduced into the simple harmless substances without causing any harm to our environment. So this is the end of this chapter. So we are having some review questions. First is, give two ways in which biodegradable substances would affect the environment. Earlier we have discussed the biodegradable substances are those which can be broken down into simple harmless substances by the help of the microorganisms. So whether they are causing any effect to the environment, answer is yes, because biodegradable, while decomposing, while degrading, they produce a very foul smell. They produce a number of the harmful gases, that is CO2, which may cause your surrounding unpleasant. So that means the waste is there to cause the effect to the environment. Sometimes the pile or the garbage heap of the garbage or biodegradable substances may be the breeding place for your flies and mosquito, and they may cause some diseases. So these are the two ways by which they would affect the environment. Number 2 question is, give two ways in which non-biodegradable substances would affect the environment. As we know, non-biodegradable substances which cannot be broken down, so they will be inert and persist in the environment for the long time, and they should be recycled, and they can cause the soil pollution and harm to the various members of the ecosystem. Differentiate between biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste are those waste which can be broken down into simple harmless substances by the action of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Non-biodegradable wastes are those which cannot be broken down into simple harmless substances by the action of the microorganism. Number 2, biodegradable waste, they won't persist in the environment. They can be recycled, whereas non-biodegradable waste, they are inert and persist in the environment for the longer time. They do not cause any soil pollution or harm to the members of the ecosystem. They do cause harm to the member of the ecosystem. Examples of the biodegradable is paper, wood, leather, whereas the examples of non-biodegradable is plastic, polythene bags, glass material, aluminium foils, and so on. Next is, what is biological magnification? It is the process, or it is a phenomena, that is the accumulation or increase in the concentration of harmful chemicals, which goes on increasing as the trophic level goes on increasing in the food chain. Will the level of this magnification be different at the different level of the ecosystem? Yes, because as the level goes on increasing, the magnification goes on increasing. For example, in the food chain like grass, deer and lion. The grass will have a minimum of the biomagnification and lion will have maximum of the biomagnification, and it goes on increasing as the level goes on increasing. Explain with an example how the energy flows through the different trophic levels. So with the help of any example, you can give one food chain, that is grass, then there is deer and lion. Grass is having 1000 joules, so deer will have 100 joules and lion will have a 10 joules. According to the 10% law, the energy goes on decreasing as the level goes on increasing. So these are some important questions. These are some CBSE board important questions. So that finishes your chapter. So please go through the NCERT chapter, in-text question, exercise question. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.